Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to dive into the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This book is a timeless self-help guide that has been helping individuals excel in their personal and professional lives since 1936. The book offers practical advice and techniques structured around simple principles of handling people, winning friends, influencing others, and leading effectively without being coercive. Carnegie's insights are grounded in the idea that while technology and times may change, the fundamental nature of people does not. Part 1. Fundamental Techniques in Handling People. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Carnegie argues that criticizing others is futile because it puts a person on the defensive and usually makes them strive to justify themselves. Criticism is dangerous because it wounds a person's precious pride, hurts their sense of importance, and arouses resentment. Instead of condemning people, try to understand them and figure out why they do what they do. This approach fosters sympathy rather than alienation and encourages cooperation instead of rebellion. Give honest and sincere appreciation. Appreciation, when genuine, addresses one of the most basic human needs, the need to be valued and validated. Carnegie emphasizes that the desire for a feeling of importance is one of the chief distinguishing differences between mankind and animals. To get the best out of people, we need to affirm their strengths and virtues rather than their shortcomings. This encourages them to continue acting in ways that are mutually beneficial. Arouse in the other person an eager want. Successfully influencing others involves framing propositions in terms of the interests of the other person, not one's own. Carnegie suggests that understanding what motivates other people and aligning your desires with their wants is the key to influencing behavior. It's about making the other person want to do what you propose by ensuring that their desires are met through your requests. Part 2. 6 Ways to Make People Like You. Become genuinely interested in other people. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming genuinely interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. Taking a sincere interest in someone else not only wins friends, but also builds a lasting relationship based on mutual trust and respect. Smile. A simple smile says, "I like you. You make me happy. I am glad to see you." That is why dogs make such a hit. They are so glad to see us, they almost jump out of their skins. So, naturally, we are glad to see them. Carnegie stresses that a smile is a simple way to make a good impression and instantly make someone feel comfortable around you. Remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Remembering and using someone's name in conversation is a compliment. It shows that you view them as an individual, worthy of respect and consideration. Forgetting or mispronouncing a name can have the opposite effect. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Good conversationalists are not only eloquent speakers, but also attentive listeners. By encouraging others to speak about their own lives and listening intently, you make them feel valued. This is one of the highest compliments you can pay. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. The road to a person's heart is to talk about the things he or she treasures most. If we talk to people about what they are interested in, they feel valued and value us in return. Make the other person feel important, and do it sincerely. The golden rule is to treat other people how we would like to be treated. We love to feel important, and so do others. Genuine compliments, thoughtful gestures, and attentive listening support people's self-esteem and enhance their self-importance. Part 3. Win people to your way of thinking. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. Arguments serve more to humiliate than to persuade. They result in resentment and a deterioration of relationships. It's much more advantageous to manage disagreements by avoiding direct conflict and instead expressing understanding and respect for the opposing viewpoints. Show respect for the other person's opinions. Never say, "You're wrong." Telling someone they are wrong almost always incites opposition. Carnegie advises that a more effective approach is to admit that you could be wrong, which shows you are open-minded and willing to change your opinions. If you are wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. This can actually enhance your credibility, showing that you are fair and honest. Admitting one's mistakes is a sign of maturity and integrity and often helps resolve conflicts and lead to problem solving. Begin in a friendly way. A friendly approach can disarm potential opposition and lead to more positive interactions. Starting conversations with a friendly tone sets a cooperative rather than confrontational tone. Get the other person saying yes, yes immediately. Starting with questions or points that the other person will agree with builds a foundation for further agreement. It's easier to keep someone in a yes-say mode than to change a no-say to a yes-say. Let the other person do a great deal of the talking. This helps you understand their perspective and shows that you respect their opinions. It also allows the other person to feel like they are part of the decision-making process. Let the other person feel that the idea is his or hers. People are more attached to ideas they came up with themselves. If you can make suggestions in a way that they seem to come from the other person, they are more likely to adopt them. Try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. Understanding another's feelings and viewpoints helps to solve problems more effectively and is crucial for successful negotiations. Be sympathetic with the other person's ideas and desires. People yearn for sympathy. Giving it can create a bond, helping to build trust and foster cooperation. Appeal to the nobler motives. People want to believe they are acting on the highest motives. If you appeal to their nobler motives, they are more likely to act in a way that aligns with these ideals. Dramatize your ideas. In a world where everyone is bombarded with information, unusual facts presented dramatically are more likely to capture attention and engender effective action. Throw down a challenge. Stimulating competition can motivate people, especially if they are bored or disengaged. Challenges can reinvigorate their interest and prompt involvement. Part 4. Be a leader. How to change people without giving offense or arousing resentment. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. Starting with praise is like a gentle and friendly opening in a conversation. It sets a positive tone and makes it easier to handle sensitive issues or needed changes. Call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. Direct criticism often leads to shame and a desire to justify oneself. Indirect suggestions tend to be received more openly. Talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. This shows empathy and understanding, making the other person feel that they are not alone or under attack. It also makes your criticisms more palatable and easier to digest. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. This gives people the opportunity to do things themselves, which boosts confidence and encourages independent problem solving. Let the other person save face. Preserving dignity and self-respect can make even difficult conversations more constructive and likely to yield positive outcomes. Praise the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. People thrive on recognition and are more likely to keep improving if their efforts are acknowledged. Positive reinforcement changes behavior more effectively than criticism. Give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. When you expect the best from someone, they often rise to meet those expectations. This tactic not only improves behavior, but also helps the person believe in their own potential. Use encouragement. Make the fault seem easy to correct. Encouragement and a positive outlook can make tasks seem less daunting and motivate individuals to achieve what they might otherwise avoid. Make the other person happy about doing the thing you suggest. Creating a positive association with tasks or behaviors you want to encourage makes people more willing to take them on. They're more likely to do what you suggest if they see it as beneficial. Conclusion: How to Win Friends and Influence People remains one of the most influential self-help books nearly a century after its publication because it taps into the timeless qualities of human interaction. Carnegie's principles aren't just about manipulating situations or people. They're about cultivating genuine relationships and fostering positive, productive behaviors. This book serves not only as a guide to personal and professional success, but also as a roadmap for building a life rich in relationships and community.